Ready? There you go.
We obviously just mentioned it off camera. Just arrived in the summer. What's the transition like been for you? Just knowing that fall camp's right around the corner.
Transition really is it's not too hard to get into because of I feel like Bosco prepared me a lot for it. So like the transition really easy to me. It's just the time management for me, understanding the schedule, knowing what you have to do right after this and right after lift, right after right when we get onto the field, and right after field, straight to classes, academic meetings. So the transition is not really too hard. It's just learning the time management and what you got to do at your certain times.
How interesting has it been, obviously, when you were being recruited and whatnot, and I think even when you signed on signing day, Deshaun Foster was your position coach, and now he's your head coach. How has that kind of been for you, or what was that like as all that was kind of playing out?
Oh yeah, it's great. That's Unc right there. So yeah, that's Unc right there. He was, he recruited me. I committed when he was running back coach. So when they made him the head coach, it was just like everything fell into line after that. It was too perfect, not too perfect to pass up or transfer somewhere else. So,
how do you like how the scheme is developing right now, and what have the coaches told you about what you need to work on or develop? What has been their input?
Scheme really is just straightforward. It's, when it comes to college, everything you got to learn by yourself. And then you can have your team meetings with the running backs or the linemen or the quarterbacks that understand the plays, but scheme, they just really come up with it straightforward. And then when it comes to all that, it's just be like, okay, I gotta understand this, I understand that, I gotta get extra work with this. Right after practice, they be telling us to do extra work. So the scheme is really just tell us what to do, we do it, we get it done.
And a couple months back, before your arrival and everything, I remember I messaged you and you mentioned you were rehabbing some things. How did that process go throughout the spring, and how healthy and ready do you feel for this coming fall?
Oh, rehab was great. I took some time off. I had just focused strictly on track and then rehabbing my knees. So right now I'm 100%. I feel great. Hitting the field, I feel faster than ever. Shiftier, and then I'm just ready to hit the field, honestly.
What events are you doing in track, or were you doing in track?
I did the 100, 200, 4x1, and the long jump.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Did they have you in the game?
Nah, I just opted in a couple of days ago. So,
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha. So what are we expecting for the speed? Because I know some of the guys have been disappointed.
I was just talking to Staples about it. I was like, my speed not at a 90, we're gonna have an issue. We're gonna have an issue for sure.
Okay.
With track and field, the Olympics are coming up. Are you one of those people that are just locked into the Olympics, especially with something like track, something that's dear to your heart?
I don't feel like I'm really locked into it. I pay attention to some people, pay attention to some events, but I just really look at it because I haven't been playing track since I was a kid. I didn't start as a kid. I started football as a kid. So it's like when I look at those people that's actually running, I'm like, okay, let me see what I can take out of that and input to my game work. So yeah.
Now that you're on your own in college and all that, what's been, I guess, the biggest maybe culture shock or just transition for you now that you're kind of more independent at this point?
Culture shock. I mean, they helped us a lot with the environment around here. So coaches, they welcome you. Players, when it comes to staff, everybody's real welcoming, and then even the teachers and stuff like that. We have extra study groups and all that stuff. So it's really no issues when it comes to that. Investing your time into the program, whatever that is. But it just honestly, I like it a lot. It's easy to me just coming in. I just gotta work myself off.
Are you taking classes right now already?
Yeah, I do. I got a midterm tomorrow.
Just real quick, how did your time at Bosco kind of help prepare you for some of this, and just obviously the powerhouse program there for football as well, being able to transition to this? Any differences, or is it the same?
I feel like the only difference is just living on campus. Everything else we did the same work, really. Not the same work, but it was intensity, fast practices, outside sources, groups and stuff like that. It was really no major difference other than time management, like I mentioned, and then really just understanding the big plays. Because now, QB1 I said earlier, the plays, they coming in hard. It's about 2, 3, 4 sentences a night. But yeah, it's not a crazy transition for sure. It's real welcoming for sure.
What has it been like talking with TJ or working with TJ? What's the early relationship like there?
TJ helped me out a lot. TJ helped me out a lot. I still go to him for plays. I still go, like, even during practices when we're doing 7-on-7 or 1-on-1s, he inputs me and tells me what to do, and then just basically explains it to me, even in meeting rooms. So when it comes to me understanding like the program and how the system is, I mean, everybody's still learning because it's a new playbook, but then they know enough for me to catch on base with them. So TJ helped me out a lot.
Cool. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.